Thanks, guys. Can you hear me? Yep.
Yep, you're good.
First of all, I'd like to thank you guys for attending this evening. I'd like to welcome you to Forward AI. What you'll find over the next 60 minutes, you'll realise that just by being here, you're going to be ahead of 80 or 90% of business owners out in the marketplace. What I've done, I've broken the seminar or the webinar into 5 parts. I'm just going to share my screen on that. Okay, you can see that screen, guys? Yep. All right, so what I've done, I've broken the seminar into 5 parts. We're going to cover what AI is and how it can completely revolutionise your business. We're going to talk about the history of AI and how has it evolved to become one of the most exciting fields in technology. We're going to talk about the awe-inspiring power of ChatGPT and what all the fuss about is. We're going to look at trends and opportunities in the industry over the next 12 months and how you can take advantage of them. The future of AI and how forward AI can actually help you guys. Now, at the end of it, we'll do a Q&A. But if I can just make a simple request that at this stage, we'll keep all questions to the end and we can address them later on. Obviously, there's been a bit happening with the internet at the moment with reception and whatnot, but you guys can hear me. Can I just get a thumbs up? All good? Beautiful. Okay, so basically what I'm curious to know before I start talking about AI, if you can just briefly give me in the chat, again, if you can just put in there just a brief what you think the definition of artificial intelligence is. It can be 1 or 2 words, it can be longer, but it's up to you guys. I'm just curious to see what your definitions of AI actually is. I'm just going to quickly monitor responses here. We've got a computer kind of brain, computer generated audio wording. Okay. What I'm going to do, I'm going to give you a business tool. I'm going to give you my definition, and it's simply this. It refers to the creation of machines and software that can perform tasks and make decisions in a way that mimics human intelligence. Okay, so the key word there is that mimics human intelligence. That's artificial intelligence. Later on, we're going to actually have a look at what's called artificial general intelligence. But as I get to the end there, we'll cover that. But let's have a look at, I want you guys to imagine for a moment that if you had a machine to perform your everyday tasks, make decisions, has the ability to teach itself what works, what doesn't work, and can make adjustments on the run. Is that something you guys could see value in? Can I get a thumbs up? Yeah. What if we could write and respond to your emails, provide 24-hour customer service, write and interpret legal documents, hire, train, and mentor staff? How much time and money and frustration do you think that would save you guys? Now, I would guess quite a few hours. Yeah. So over the next 60 minutes, this is what I'm going to talk about and indicate certain things that can help you and obviously implement these things in your business to achieve those savings and those benefits. Now, before I go into that, the natural question is, how did we get to where we are in regards to artificial intelligence? You'll see on screen there that the historical ages, you've got the agricultural age, which is 10,000 BCE to 3,000 BCE. And the key characteristic there was the transition from hunting and gathering to farming. So those periods are loosely defined. Then we enter the industrial age from 1760 to 1840s. And the key characteristic there was we mechanised the production and the use of steam power. In the information age, which is loosely defined in 1970 to our current moment, Key characteristic there was the widespread use of digital technology and the internet. Well, in my opinion, we are actually living in the AI age, artificial intelligence age, which again loosely defines from 2010 to the present moment. And that's characterized by rapid advancements in artificial intelligence and in automation. So here are some additional things in regards to it. It's known as the fourth industrial revolution. It's marked by the rapid development of AI and machine learning and automation. It's going to transform the way we work, the way we communicate and live our lives. And it affects industries such as healthcare, finance, transportation and manufacturing. One thing that's not indicated there is education as well. So artificial intelligence is basically going to impact every aspect of our life. It's got the power and the ability to change the fabric of society as we understand it. The thing about it is quite simply this, that it is happening. It's something that's inevitable, and the development of that will be very prevalent over the next 5 to 10 years. But what I wanted to share with you is one of my mentors, a gentleman by the name of Dr Ben Goertzel. He's the founder and CEO of a company called Singularity. He was the chief software engineer behind a robot called Sophia, which in 2017 was granted legal citizenship by the government of Saudi Arabia. And I just want to read his quote. He says that the first truly intelligent machine will be the last invention humanity needs to make. Now, that's a pretty big and bold statement, but this gentleman has spent over 40 years involved in artificial intelligence. He's one of the driving forces behind artificial general intelligence, and his company, Singularity Net, is a company that's working on an open, decentralized artificial intelligence software, if you like, that is being designed for the benevolence of humanity. It will be decentralized, and it won't be in the hands of some of the big tech companies and governments, but a highly respected authority, in fact, is quoted in the United Nations as a leading authority. So he believes it'll be the last invention we have. But for now, let me tell you a little bit more about myself. I'm the co-founder of Forward AI. There's myself and my business partner, Steve Griggs. 28 years of business experience. I've owned and operated a number of businesses during that time, ranging from service-based through to finance and property. And one of the things that I've always integrated in all my businesses is the use of technology, from CRMs, hardware, software, all designed to get that competitive advantage in the marketplace. But in my 28 years of business experience, I've never, and I'll repeat this, I've never seen the progress in technology that we've witnessed in the last 4 years. The pace of development, for lack of a better word, is absolutely mind-blowing. And it is my belief that any business who is not adopting this technology will be left behind. And we're not talking 5 or 10 years away. We're talking literally a matter of months, if not days. The innovation that's being released on a week-to-week basis, and I'll talk about why that's happening a little bit later on, is mind-blowing. It's actually, we're in an exponential age of development in regards to artificial intelligence. So whereas it may have been a pipeline dream, it's at the moment, it's a reality, and it's happening, and it's on our doorstep. What I want to do here is I want to just share this. This was something Google released in 2018. I'm just going to play this. I'm hoping the audio is fine, but I'm going to play this and then have a quick chat about it. But this is a Google AI assistant.
So how can I help you? Hi, I'm calling to book a women's haircut for a client. I'm looking for something on May 3rd. Sure, give me 1 second. Sure, what time are you looking for around? At 12 p.m. We do not have a 12 p.m. available. The closest we have to that is a 1:15. Do you have anything between 10 a.m. and 12 p.m.? Depending on what service she would like, what service is she looking for? Just a woman's haircut for now. Okay, we have at 10 o'clock. 10 a.m. is fine. Okay, what's your first name? The first name is Lisa. Okay, perfect. So I will see Lisa at 10 o'clock on May 3rd. Okay, great. Thanks. Great. Have a great day. Bye.
Now, guys, can I get a 1 in the chat box if you think that's pretty revolutionary? So basically in 2000, Google released this, and you can see there that this assistant, this artificial intelligent assistant, is mimicking human intelligence. It was able to book an appointment. It was able to navigate through some of the issues there in terms of time selection, day selection, and whatnot. Now, Google, when they first released this, they got a little bit of a backlash about it, and since then they've sort of been very cautious in regards to releasing this AI technology. But I can say, as of last week, I've discovered two software companies that have produced a very similar, if not identical, type of software that does exactly that. It can actually do outbound phone calls as well as inbound, receiving inbound calls. It can lock in a time, lock in a schedule, fire off a text, do all those things that an assistant would do for you. It can be done in real time. It can be done all automated. So it is a reality, as I say, and these things are coming out on a weekly basis. So that leads us to ChatGPT. Now, I'm just curious, how many people, and we might just get a show of hands here, how many people have heard of ChatGPT? Can I get a show of hands? Yeah. How many people are using ChatGPT? Yeah? Okay. So in 2022, 30th of November, the world changed forever. ChatGPT, or artificial intelligence, became accessible to the public for free. GPT stands for Generative Pre-trained Transformer. It's something you can talk to, you can log on to, and have a conversation with. It went from 0 to 1 million users in 5 days and currently has over 100 million users. Now, ChatGPT, or GPT 3.5, has now been improved. We have what's called GPT-4, and the parameters that that's built on far exceeds 170 billion parameters. We're talking trillions of data points that have educated and trained that particular model. So since 30th of November 22 and GPT-4, which was released 2 weeks ago, that's only 5 months. And Microsoft has purchased 49% of this company, OpenAI, for $10 billion. It currently places the value of OpenAI at over $26 billion. And to date, the company's yet to make a profit. It's costing over $3 million per day to run the machine. People are accessing. It is a free platform. However, you can upgrade to the Plus version. And as of last week, GPT-4 and GPT-3, or ChatGPT 3.5, has now got access to plugins, so you can actually build things on top of it. These things are happening at such a fast pace, and I spend hours upon hours upon hours every day with the latest updates, the latest improvements of what's happening in this space. What I'm going to do is we're going to have a look at some ChatGPT prompts. I'm going to cover 2 softwares. Then I'm going to discuss the 1,749 other bits built on artificial intelligence. And if you, as part of the bonus for attending tonight's webinar, I'm going to offer that to everybody who attended. So that's just a free bonus that we'll include. I'm just going to jump out of this screen for now. And I'm going to go into chat. Now, rather than sit here and watch me type, because I'm not the greatest speller, to be honest, what I've done, I've set some pre-prompts. So this is the interface of ChatGPT. You can see here on the left side.
You're still stuck on the previous slideshow, Donny. You'll need to change the screen you're sharing.
Sorry, guys.
You're good, you're good.
Beautiful. Okay, that's better. You can see that one. Yeah. Okay, so on the left side, this is where it stores your chat. Okay, so any prompts, any queries, if you like, is all being stored there. I use this for everything. Marketing, sales, legal documents, contracts, you name it, I use it. It's my first point of contact or first call whenever I get an idea, and then it just expands what I was thinking. I'm still involved in it. I'm still contributing. I'm still coming up with the initial concept or the initial idea. Then I refer to this as my tool, as my co-pilot. On the left side, you can see you can upgrade, which is $20 US per month. You've also got plugins, which I'm going to cover in a second. But for the sake of the exercise, I've just used this as an example. So I've got a webinar. I want a webinar outline about AI for business. Please write in English language. So what it's done, it's giving me an outline for a webinar for unlocking the power of artificial intelligence. So it's come up with a title, then it's come up with the topics. So introduction, definition of AI, an overview, understanding AI, the types of AI and the applications in business, how AI differs from traditional programming and automation, benefits, use cases. So this is the outline. Now, what I've said here in my next prompt is expand on this point. That's all I've done. Just expand on it. Very simple prompt. And it goes ahead and increases the information in regards to that first prompt. Now, I can go back and forth, throwing these in the prompt, and it will continue to fill in the content. Okay, so that just gives you a very basic example of how it can be used. You can set structure. You can then fill in that structure with content. As I say, I initially would need to come up with an idea. It's not going to do that for me. I've got to prompt it. I've got to indicate how I want it to assist me. No different to if I had a personal assistant and I'm making requests there, brainstorming and asking for assistance in terms of copywriting and whatnot. Okay, so that's one very basic example of how it can be used. I'm just going to show you, here's one. I basically prompted it, write a subcontractors agreement for the building industry, and it produced this subcontractors agreement, which is at the level of a legally binding contract, and then it spells it out. So legal contracts, very quick, very basic in terms of very simplified, and that can be used by just simply copying and pasting it into a Google Doc or a Word doc, and away you go. Some other things I use it for is SEO research. I use it for tips, video tips and SEO. But what I really wanted to show you is this plugin, which is called AIPRM. Now, if I go into new chat, okay, now you will experience messages like that. When you upgrade to the plus version, you get more reliability, more stability. I haven't upgraded because at this moment, I don't see the need to. But looking at this as well, this plugin, which you can get from, it's a Chrome extension. You can download it, it's free. And what this does, because you'll notice in my AI, I had to prompt it. Now, the better the prompt, the more thorough you're going to get in terms of response and in terms of feedback. Rather than investing hours and hours learning how to prompt it correctly, you can just simply get this plugin, which, as I say, is free, and you can search it for copywriting, development ops, generative AI, marketing, operating systems, productivity, SaaS, SEO, software applications, so on. So I've left it in the SEO function. So if I click onto keyword strategy, now I'll go back and show you the prompt that was used for that, but all I need to do here is type in a keyword. So let's say I type in hairdressing. So what this is going to produce is a table. It's going to give me the keyword cluster, which is haircutting, the keyword haircutting, the search intents commercial, a title, get a perfect haircut for your next salon visit. Then the description, learn how to get the perfect haircut for your next salon visit and achieve the style you want, book your appointment today. So this is going to basically go ahead and produce a table, and it's going to give me all the different keywords, descriptions automatically in real time. As you can see, it's very, very quick. My internet connection here is not the best either, but you can see how thorough and how detailed that's actually producing, purely based on one keyword, which was hairdressing. So it's talking about hair colouring, cuts, styles, the whole lot. Okay. Now I'm just going to stop that for there, and I'm going to say, look, I like this title here. Get a perfect haircut for your next salon, or discover the best hair salons in your area. Copy that. Now I'm going to just paste that into Google. And I'm going to find a blog or an article that's ranking 7 of the best hair salons. So this is a high ranking blog, 7 of the best, 7 of Sydney's best hair salons, with information and outlining that. So if I want to help rank, say, a similar blog, I can copy that URL. I go back into here and I do outrank article. And then I just paste the URL here and then hit that. And what it will do, it will take that high ranking blog article, it will throw it into ChatGPT. Now, obviously there's a detailed prompt there, and I paste that in there, and now it is going to rewrite that article, which will help it rank with Google. So very quick, very simple. I noticed a couple of people are doing marketing, or a couple of business owners, but this can certainly help in terms of getting your SEO rankings, ideas on blogs, and so on and so forth. So if I just stop that for now and go back, I'm going to go back into here, and I'm going to show you the prompt that gave us this table. Now, I'm not going to read it all, but basically it says, please ignore all previous instructions. I want you to respond only in language English. I want you to act as a market research expert that speaks and writes fluent English. Pretend that you have the most accurate and most detailed information about keywords available. Pretend, which is a common theme, that you are able to develop a full SEO plan in fluent English. I will give you the target keyword, which I put in as hairdressing. So that's where it dumps it into that prompt, and so on and so forth. It's quite extensive. It's a very long prompt, but the power of this software plugin, AIPRM, is it does all the heavy lifting for you. Sound good? Cool. All right. So I'm just going to go back to my PowerPoint slide, and I'm going to bring on.
Sorry, can I ask? Oh, sorry, we're not doing questions yet. Forgot.
Yeah, we'll leave the questions at the end because I'm sure I may cover it between now and then. If not, we'll certainly answer it later on. But I'm just going to show you this spreadsheet. So it's basically an AI master list. And these are all the different AIs that are currently available. There's over 1,300. And to be honest, this was probably 4 weeks ago. I downloaded this or got access to this. I would say in the last 4 weeks, you could probably double the number of tools. So 1,749 different AI tools that are currently on the market. And like I say, in the last 4 weeks, I would hazard a guess that that's probably doubled. Now, the different things you can use them for, if you look in this column here, everything from image creation, gift ideas, dating, data analysis, crypto, cover letters, coding, chat, book writing, the list goes on, avatars. So there's a piece of AI software which will more or less cover every aspect of business in this one sheet. And for things that are not business related, like, you know, I've just put together an automated system to create art, which allows me to post it on Shopify, it posts it on Etsy, posts all automated and generated by an AI. It then puts posts out, it does everything from descriptions, meta tags, you know. Even though it's a business, for me, that's a hobby that I've always been interested in, but I haven't had the time. And now with ChatGPT, I'm opening up my creative juices. So yes, it will reduce certain things, but it certainly opens up other doors as well in terms of freeing up your time. So you can do things like story writing, or you can write movie scripts, or you can do, you know, a whole range of things that for whatever reason, you know, business has weighed you down, or that you're bogged down doing mundane, laborious, repetitious tasks. This certainly frees you up to pursue those goals. Okay, so we've just covered the GPT prompts, AIPRM. So there's basically 2 tools, and you've got another 1,749 that you can certainly play with, and everyone attending tonight will receive a copy of that spreadsheet. So as Nick said, you can jump down that rabbit hole, as I do every night, and see where that takes you. Okay, so the next thing is the trends and opportunities in AI industry for the next 12 months and how you can take advantage of them. Now, what I've done in this case is, rather than sit here and listen to me, I asked ChatGPT, what are the latest trends and opportunities in the AI industry for the next 12 months and how can I take advantage of them? It wrote a script. I grabbed that script. I dumped it into a AI generative tool. I created an avatar and used this product called Synesthesia. So I'm going to let Jackie do some talking while I have a bit of a break, but you'll see how quick and how powerful this can be done.
The AI industry has been growing exponentially in recent years, and this trend is expected to continue.
Do you want to whip on the screen there, Donny?
According to a report.
What's that, sorry?
We're still seeing your spreadsheet screen, not the, yeah, there we go.
By research and markets. The AI.
Going to just start from the beginning again. Okay.
The AI industry has been growing exponentially in recent years, and this trend is expected to continue for the next 12 months and beyond. According to a report by Research and Markets, the AI market size is expected to reach $309.6 billion by 2026, growing at a CAGR of 39.7% from 2020 to 2026. This exponential growth presents many opportunities for individuals and businesses looking to take advantage of the AI industry. Here are some of the latest trends and opportunities in the AI industry for the next 12 months. Conversational AI. Conversational AI is one of the most exciting trends in the AI industry right now. With advancements in natural language processing, NLP, and machine learning, conversational AI is becoming more human-like and can be used to provide customer service, virtual assistants, and chatbots for businesses. Conversational AI can help companies save time and money and improve customer satisfaction. AI-powered cybersecurity. Cybersecurity is becoming more critical as businesses become more reliant on digital technologies. AI-powered cybersecurity solutions can help businesses detect and respond to cyber threats in real time. AI algorithms can analyze large amounts of data quickly and accurately, enabling companies to identify and respond to threats before they cause significant damage. Autonomous systems. Autonomous systems are becoming more prevalent in industries such as transportation, manufacturing, and healthcare. Autonomous vehicles, drones, and robots are being developed and deployed to perform tasks that are dangerous or difficult for humans. As the technology improves, we can expect to see more autonomous systems in use over the next 12 months and beyond. Edge AI. Edge AI involves processing data locally on the device, rather than in the cloud. This approach can reduce latency and improve privacy and security. With the proliferation of IoT devices, Edge AI is becoming more important, and we can expect to see more Edge AI solutions developed in the next 12 months. AI ethics. As AI becomes more prevalent, it's essential to consider the ethical implications of its use. There is a growing focus on AI ethics, and companies that prioritize ethical AI will be better positioned to succeed in the long term. AI ethics involves ensuring that AI systems are transparent, fair, and unbiased, and do not cause harm to individuals or society. So, how can you take advantage of these trends and opportunities in the AI industry? Invest in AI education and training. To take advantage of the growing demand for AI talent, consider investing in education and training for yourself or your employees. Online courses, boot camps, and certifications are all excellent options to gain the necessary skills and knowledge. In conclusion, the AI industry is growing at an exponential rate, with exciting new trends and opportunities emerging.
Okay, so if I was to organise the script, hire the talent, create the video, film the video, voiceovers, the captions, it would take, in the traditional sense, could take up to a week or two before I could put something like this together. This took me and our team basically 20 minutes, from writing the script to importing it into Synthesia, selecting the talent, and then basically getting this avatar to produce the message. Huge time savings. So that's just another way of where it can be used. Now, at the moment, the biggest, the race is to do what's called text to video. And I would suggest, based on what we're seeing in the last week, that within the next month, and listening to a gentleman who owns a company called Stability AI, we would be able to, probably by the end of this year, see movie length, so real length movies or whatever, full movies, based on a prompt, be produced in under an hour with all the actors and everything else in there. So, as I say, it's going to disrupt a lot of industries, Hollywood in particular, but this is, it's a very basic level of how that can be done. Let me just jump back into here. Okay, and here's some of the reasons why we're seeing such a rapid pace and what we call the exponential growth of AI computing power. There's a thing called Moore's Law, and Moore's Law describes that anything that doubles every 2 years is what's considered an exponential growth phase. So if you see here from 1970 to 72, 74, you can see that things have progressively gotten faster and faster and higher. But what I want to show you in particular, see how you've got these sort of dots sporadically spread out over the first, or from 70 to say 96, 98. But since say 2006, you'll see that what's happening with computing power is you've now got this exponential growth, 3, 4, 5, 6 on top of each other. So what's happening is, in terms of computing power, we're doubling our computing power every 3.4 months. So what was deemed to be exponential growth, doubling every 2 years, we're now seeing things doubling every 3.4 months. So technically, we're in the exponential phase of artificial intelligence, which excites me. And certainly for those who adopt this form of technology in their lives and in their business, it's certainly going to, I believe, and it's just my opinion, it's going to enhance the way you do things, your productivity, your efficiency, your creativity. And the thing about it is, it's definitely here, and it's definitely here to stay. So that gives you sort of a relative comparison as to what's happening and why, you know, we're seeing tools being released on a weekly basis, and why, in my opinion, you should be adopting this in your business. Otherwise, you may well be left behind. So let's have a look at the future of AI. And again, I'm going to refer to Ben Goertzel in a second, but up until now, everything we've been talking about in this presentation is what's called narrow AI. So it's designed to perform a specific task and is built on a specific model. Now, there's this concept called the singularity, and the singularity is defined as a theoretical point in the future when artificial intelligence will surpass human intelligence. So narrow AI can mimic human intelligence. Singularity, or artificial general intelligence, will surpass human intelligence. And that's what's installed anywhere they're predicting from 2028 through to 2040. We could see what's technically defined as super intelligence or superhuman intelligence through AI. But what I'm going to do here, I'm going to let Ben Goertzel have a little bit of a chat, who we saw earlier.
AGI, or artificial general intelligence, where the AI can leap beyond its training and programming and use its understanding of itself and the world to do fundamentally new things its creators never envisioned.
Do you think AI might come up with ideas or efficiencies or systems that, like you said, will save us from ourselves or save us from a trend we're on?
So I think once AI advances, what I've called general intelligence, obviously is intelligence that isn't restricted just to one small domain or problem, but can rather one system using a common set of structures and mechanisms. One system can be intelligent in a wide variety of different areas. And more specifically, what you're looking for is a system that can generalize. So you train or program it to do certain things, and then it makes its own creative leap, and then it learns to do things that are radically different from what it was trained or programmed to do. Actually, my view tends to be that AI is the greatest hope we have to save humanity from exterminating itself due to the human perversity that we see so amply in the world all around us. AGI.
Okay, so that's what the future's got installed for humanity. And again, he's invested 40 or 50 years of his life in artificial intelligence, artificial general intelligence, but it's certainly something to be aware of because it is on our doorstep. So as I say, ChatGPT, with all its uptake and exposure, is still a narrow AI. The race at the moment is for this general intelligence, and you've got Google, you've got Microsoft, you've got Apple, you've got Amazon, you've got Facebook. All these large tech companies have been investing in artificial intelligence, but his particular company, which is again decentralized, it's owned by nobody and built on a blockchain, so it's peer-to-peer, is the alternative to governments and the alternative to big tech companies dominating this space. After the GPT launch, probably as a by the way, the token, which is called AGIX for singularity, went from 6 cents to 60 cents. A huge increase in the token value there, all based off the introduction of ChatGPT. Now, they're two things: narrow AI and general AI. But the one thing, and again, this is my opinion, that AI can never replace, and that is you. Now, I'm not talking about your work, I'm not talking about your marketing, I'm not talking about, those things. I'm talking about you, and you meaning your essence, your personality, your experience. And one of the areas that I believe can never be replaced is this this identity that you have. But what can happen with AI is you can replicate yourself through what's called a digital twin. Now, we're working with a company in San Diego, which is developing, an AI tool that allows you to upload things like your memories, your photos, videos, things like webinars, anything that your work allows you to document. Anything that's on a Google Drive can all be uploaded, and you can train an AI to replicate you in digital form. Now, the applications of that are enormous. I mean, how many people on this webinar think to themselves, or have thought to themselves at some stage, I wish there was two of me. You're getting pulled and shoved by staff, by customers, by your wife, by your kids. I'm sure we've all been there where we've thought, what, if I could just replicate myself, I'd save a lot of time and headache. Well, the thing is, you can now do that, and you can give certain people access to you in different aspects. I'll give you an example. Let's say you're an accountant and you've developed all the intellectual property in your head. You can now have a method to dump that knowledge into a digital form of yourself. And rather than have your clients go directly to you, they can go to your digital form, and it will adopt your persona, your humor, your knowledge, and it will actually relay information back to them that restricts or eliminates anything that's, say, repetitive. And that is what is available today. Another example of how this can be used is companies have staff members which may work a year or two and move on to other companies. Well, any, skill, any knowledge that's been documented, and I'll use an example for that, might be a lawyer. You've hired a lawyer who specializes in a certain field, very good, but moves on. Well, you can document a lot of that stuff into this AI, and people in your team or in your organization can access that knowledge through the use of this digital form. Another example is your legacy. You can have yourself uploaded or downloaded, however you want to look at it, in a digital form that your children and your grandchildren can consult with, if they choose to, down the track, so that your legacy remains forever. And that's something that we're specifically working on with, as I say, this company in San Diego. I think that is a massive opportunity for business owners and for people in general to really tap into. And that's something that's an individual AI rather than narrow and very general in terms of what it can do. Okay, so as we start drawing towards the end of this presentation, so who is Forward AI? Well, as I said, we're a consulting firm. We're working with certain software development. We provide training and support for the small to medium-sized market. Part of that obviously includes, software development, automation, some of the traditional software, but also how that can be, how AI can be incorporated in some things that traditionally, whilst effective, can be time laborious. So we're certainly looking at all the latest tools on a week-to-week, day-to-day basis to see how that can be integrated with what you're currently doing and how that can be improved down the track. So a fairly broad range of things that we can do. So in terms of summarising tonight's webinar, I guess we've seen that the power of AI and how it can unlock your business potential. We agree that what we're doing at the moment won't be enough in this new artificial intelligence age. We also agree that by not doing something, you'll be left behind. And I think that's pretty evident with what we've seen tonight. The other thing we've seen is that AI can provide good long-term growth and security for businesses in any economic climate. And with the adoption of AI and automation, you can have a very clear advantage over your competitors, regardless of what industry that you're in. So that's a bit of a summary in terms of everything, you know, that you can benefit by and where things will be moving forward. What we've done in conjunction with Nick is, in addition to the spreadsheet that we'll be sending to all the attendees tonight, what we're offering is a 45-minute Zoom session, where what we can do there, it's a free session and obviously no obligation, where we're offering an audit session with anybody attending this evening. Normally it's $395, but over the next 7 days, if you want to take advantage of this offer that we've put together, then you can scan that barcode on the screen. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to put a link in the chat there, and you can directly go to I'm going to put a link in the chat. I'm not sure what you guys can see, but this will link you to a booking form, where if you guys want to take up that that offer, then I'm more than happy to see how we can help you guys and how you can employ or deploy some of this technology in your businesses. And I'm just going to double check what's being viewed on the screen, because I've got a few things open.
Yeah, you've got the QR code on screen there, Donny.
Okay, beautiful. So basically, yeah, you can scan that barcode, or you can hit the link there. Sorry, just to give you some perspective here, this is a company. This particular gentleman has been, again, invested in AI for quite some time. Just to give you an idea of what people in this industry are charging. So these are his fees. So for a 45-minute Q&A session, he's charging $4,500. That helps. So they're called lifearchitect.ai, and just for a 45-minute session, he's charging $4,500. Consulting and advisory on any AI project at $1,000 per hour. So I just thought and that's US dollars as well. So I guess what I'm saying there is that for no cost, no obligation on your part, you'll be talking to myself and my co-founder, Steve Briggs, who has over 35 years of software development and engineering, extremely up to date with what's happening in the AI space. And we're willing to offer that to you guys this evening for no charge. So we'll take a moment to do that if you guys want to fill in that form. And then I will wrap up once I get back to my screens. So, okay. So remember at the start of the presentation, I said that that just by being here, you're going to be ahead of 80 or 90% of the people or business owners out in the marketplace. And the reason I say that is very simple. Very few business owners know that every 3.4 months, the technology innovation is happening at such a rapid pace that things are literally in our exponential phase of this artificial intelligence phase. They also don't know that anywhere between the next 2 and 10 years, we could have artificial general intelligence on our doorstep. And my question is this: if they don't know what they don't know, then how do they take any action? The difference is you guys know. What you choose to do with this information tonight, I guess, will determine, where your business will go in the next 12 months and the next 5 years. But I want you to think about, say, your businesses 12 months ago. Where was it at, and what's happened in the last 12 months? You may have turned over a little bit more money. You might have made a bit more profit. My question is, in regards to what is now possible and what is available for you guys in business, and for myself being a business owner as well, those opportunities are really, they're really profound. So, as I say, in regards to having a chat, it's obligation and cost-free. I'm happy to have a chat with you guys on Zoom one-on-one, explore your business, see what tools you're using, see what processes you currently have in place, and see if we can help you guys, get your business to the next phase. So I'll give you, maybe a couple of minutes there for anyone who wants to take advantage of that offer to either scan or click the link that I've attached there. It is available for the next 7 days. So if you need to cross-reference with any schedules, more than happy for you guys to do that and reach out over the next 7 days and see what we can do to help you.
All right, so it might be a good opportunity for anyone that's got any questions or comments for Donny. You've got a few minutes or a couple of minutes left for that there. So I've got a question, just feel just unmute and ask away.
Yep.
I've got one. Oh, I think actually you said you were going to send us the master list, I think.
Correct. Yeah. So we'll get that out to you guys over the...
Would that go by email or?
It'll come out tomorrow, Rhonda. We've got an email that'll go out after tonight's show tomorrow to everyone that was here. So if you look out for that, and we'll have the link to that spreadsheet in that email.
And I've got one more novice question. You were talking about when the AI was doing it, when you were doing the SEO, about making it a higher ranking. How do you know that that was a high ranking hairdressing salon? Was there something you were looking at? I don't know what you were looking at.
So what it was...
Sorry, you've frozen.
Sorry, is that?
You froze. I didn't get any of that.
Okay. So what I did... Yeah, I'm getting an internet unstable connection. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, you're all good, Donny.
Yeah.
Okay, I might turn my video off as well. Sorry, it might help. Is that better? Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, good as gold.
Okay, so what I did, I asked, I put a keyword in, the keyword prompt, and it produced a series of titles and descriptions for different things. I copied one of those and I pasted it into Google, and I found that one of them ranked up the top there. So what I then did is I copied that URL, put it back into Outrank, and it produced that article. So that article was showing up on page 1 of Google. And when I copied the URL, and then pasted it in to the outrank module, then it automatically rewrote that article, which would indicate that that will have, you know, decent SEO benefits and rank that article up there as well. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. And I did see that. I just thought you could see numbers or something like that, like for keyword ranking or... I don't know a lot about SEO. I'll Google some more.
Yeah, so it just simply grabs a high-ranking blog and rewrites it, and outranks the leading blog article.
All right, thank you.
All right, there is a question in chat there, is from Jenny, teaching how to ask AI questions. So going back to the query that Donny had regarding hairdressers, it was quite lengthy and used some quite specific words like, you know, the word like pretend. So who's actually teaching, you know, what these prompts are, and or can you get some formulas around all that?
Yeah, there's two ways. I mean, that tool AIPRM, in my opinion, is the most powerful. It's a free plugin and it's got everything covered. It ranges, like we just covered SEO, but it covers a whole range of things. And what that is, basically people are putting those prompts into AIPRM. So anyone who's specialized in that particular field is coming up with a prompt and you get to use it for free. Now, here's an interesting, another option. You can actually ask ChatGPT to assume the role of a prompt engineer, and basically you can tell it to be a prompt engineer to give itself a prompt that's going to give you the desired result. So that is also available. Yeah, I know, it's pretty interesting that, you know, you're actually, the thing that's producing the information is also the thing that can give you the guidance. So it can also give you prompts that works best for itself. Otherwise, you do have to spend some time just learning it. It's not that difficult. You just basically get it to adopt a persona, being an SEO expert, marketing expert, legal expert, programming expert. Give it some basic prompts, and generally it comes back with something good. But just bear in mind too, sometimes you'll have to keep prompting 2 or 3 times. But eventually, it gets what in my experience, it gives you what you need. So sometimes it might be shoot off radar, but you just bring it back to more specifically what you're asking, and then it's smart enough to actually learn that pretty quick. Any other questions?
The end of it there. Let's have a look.
We could talk all night on this, yeah.
Yes.
I've got a question while you're looking, Dave. I'm just Googling it on Google, a funny place to Google it from, where to download it, and there's 1,057 million different sites that say download it, but is there one proper place or ChatGPT's own home to download the desktop version?
You've got to go to OpenAI.
Okay.
That's the actual name of the company. So yeah, if you go to OpenAI, because everyone's jumping on the bandwagon, of course, it's the flavor of the year. But OpenAI is the company, and then you just click on Try ChatGPT. You can log in through your Google account,
right.
And then you should be in. Sometimes it might give you some funny poetry that says, "Look, we're a little bit overloaded. We appreciate this and that. Come back later." Just a polite way of saying that there's too many people on there. But if you go to the Plus version, you don't have that issue.
Okay, thank you. I straight away saw OpenAI and gone to their page. You never know if you download someone else's software from a third party, what they're bloating it with.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, just be aware that OpenAI is the parent company for ChatGPT.
Excellent. Well, I think that's all we've got time for. Information coaching session, and it's given me some ideas about so housing virtual rounds of so now
Not hearing you, Nick.
Yeah, Nick, you might
Oh,
maybe just switch the video off again.
all right, I have switched my video off. Does that make a difference?
Huge difference.
It's better visually as well.
Excellent. Well, I've used 3 different internet connections tonight, so none of them are an improvement on each other. So I was just going to say, let's give a big rousing thank you for Donny for coming on sharing with us tonight with our virtual round of applause. And now is probably a good time to save the chat by clicking those 3 little dots at the bottom of chat. So if you click that, there's some really interesting comments in there as well too that it might be worth trawling through and reading. And of course, all the links are in there. If you want to take Donny up on his offer there to have a conversation with him, the link is there in chat too. So that link is the same as the QR code that was on the page as well. We will also post this video up to our YouTube channel tomorrow. So if you are not a subscriber to the Smash Go YouTube channel, go there now and subscribe to it. We'll drop the link into chat for that as well. And of course, if you're not a member of the Facebook, the Business Owners Smashing Online Facebook group, go and join there now. That's where we will post up comments, some of the cool online tools that we've got here, and some of the conversation as well too. So if you're curious about what we do here with SmashGo and why we run sessions like this, I've been online for over 30 years. In fact, I've been with computers since 1979. I know most of you weren't even born then, were we, Ray? So, but I have an inherent curiosity with it. But being a web developer for 13 years, really sort of discovered that what's most important is your online strategy and how you use some of these tools as well. So if you want to find out a bit more about what we do in our services, just go to smashgo.co and you find out there and make an inquiry there. But apart from that, I think thanks again, Donny, for a sensational evening, and thanks everyone for coming along tonight. And look forward to seeing you next week. And maybe if you're playing with some of these AI tools and you discover some things, let's drop your discoveries into the Business Owners Smashing It Online Facebook page or Facebook group, and let's see what you discover. All right, well, happy hunting out there. Enjoy all of the tools that are there. Remember, you will get the list, and that'll also keep you busy for the next 15 years. Have a good night.